Good evening.
Good evening.
Are you learning something today?
Yes.
So why don't you say, I am learning?
I am learning.
Awesome. You're wanting to learn more?
Yes.
So say, give me more.
Give me more.
All right. Okay. Let me ask you this. How many of you actually think you can make a lot of money only from other people? Unless you have your own printing press, that's a different thing, yeah? You think that, so please put your hand up. Oh, great. All of you, great. And how many of you think that remembering names of people will give you an cutting edge leverage?
Yes.
Absolutely. Look around, look around. If you can remember the names of people, it's a very special way to say, I care, without even uttering a single word. You meet somebody now, and 6 months later, you see the person and say, hey, how are you doing, so and so name? And you'll have to see the smile on the face. And I think that's what happened to Mr. Raj.
Yeah.
I met him long back, and he was not having the tag. I said, hi, Mr. Raj, how are you? Where's your tag? He said, I don't have one, so let me get a tag for you. All right. I met him probably about, it's almost like 8 months.
7 months.
7 months. 7 months back I saw this gentleman. And this is what you can do. How many of you would like to do that?
Love.
Only few people? How many of you would like to do that?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, you know what the research says? If you ask 10 people, what's your major challenge? 9 would say names. Isn't it?
Yes.
That's quite a challenge, right?
Yes.
And today, trust me, I'm going to give you some tools, some mindset, with the help of which you'll walk out and tell yourself it is not the difficult thing. Now, why it has become difficult is because we don't understand the philosophy behind it. The moment you understand the philosophy, bingos, things start working like magic. How many of you have heard people saying, we have all the potential but we don't get results? We are using probably 10% or less than 10% of the brain power, right?
Yes.
Do you all agree?
Yes.
So potential is always there. If you're not delivering, it is not about the potential, it is about the process. It's about the system. If I ask you, what system are you using to remember names of people? How many of you have a system? 1, 2 people. So that's what the 2%ers do in the life. Alright? You want to go into the next level. I have got this pet saying. I always say, if you make your job to remember names of people, you don't need any other job on the planet.
Wow. Wow. Yes.
Everything will be getting done. Everything gets done. Alright. So let's see what can be done to remember names. But I'd just like to ask you this question. Oh, this is something interesting. Before we go on to the questions part, I would like to share this couple of slides before we go on to the names. Every next level of your life will demand a new version of you. Do you agree with that?
Yes.
And people get stuck here several times. Oh, this is a simple philosophy everybody talks about, but where do we start? Simple. Start at 2 things. The first one is perceptions. How you look at the world, and more important, how you look at yourself, and much more important, how you look at your mental makeup. The way you look at your mental self is going to decide the way you look at anything in the world. I've got friends from Gujarat. I've been there. And this gentleman, I don't want to name the person or whatever, he has got sacks of money. Literally, physically, sacks of money. And he can actually come to this building and say, okay, I buy this one. Right away. I mean, he's got so much money, cash, hard cash. But this gentleman has got a very inferiority complex walking into a 5-star hotel because वो अंग्रेजी बात करते हैं. But he can buy the building. And you know what? Contrary, I can walk into a 5-star hotel without my purse, sit down, ask for some water, ask for Wi-Fi password, sit down, do my emailing calls, go use the washroom, come back, sit down, and walk out without doing anything. I'm not saying that I do it all the time. I do it sometimes. Okay? And why I'm talking about this, I'm not making fun of people. I'm just saying, if you have immense confidence in your mind power, you can do anything. Because how you look at your mental makeup is going to decide everything else. The first one is perceptions. The second one is how you take action. If you do the same things you're doing, you'll keep on getting the same results you're getting. Change what you got to do. And I just said change. I didn't say work hard. Do you know why I didn't say work hard? I have no right to say it yet. I'm still working on that. 6 months later, I may be saying work hard, important. Right now, I can't say that. Anyway, let's move on. Now, what do you see here? How many of you seen this image in Facebook, in WhatsApp? This image, not something like this. This image. Only 4-5 people? Awesome. And those of you who have not seen it, you have not missed anything in life. Don't worry. However, if you are not seeing it now, you have missed the most important lesson of your life. Trust me. Please pay attention to this. Now, it's all about perceptions. Now, when I ask this question and ask, what do you see there? I get all funny answers sometimes, Oh, this looks like a chicken in the supermarket. It looks, of course. Somebody says a dragon head, somebody says an old lady, somebody says something else, somebody says a horse. For God's sake, horse. Okay, I don't know. People have their own perceptions. How many of you actually see a horse there? Wow, few people actually see the horse. How many of you want to see the horse? Okay, only one person, so we can skip this slide. How many of you want to see the horse there? Okay, good. Thank you. So, what I want you to do is very simple. Don't look at that picture. See, everybody's looking there. Alright, now when I put it back with a positive expectation, look at it in a different angle. If you are looking at the same way, you will never find the horse. Okay, can you find a horse now? Can you find a horse now?
No.
Can you find a horse now?
आप तो सर आपने बदल दी सर
नहीं बदला नहीं वही है same है I haven't changed it it's the same picture orientation changed okay how you looked at it changed this is the same frog here I just turn it around that's a horse same picture alright now this is what happens in life you change the perception you change the result. Okay, so let's move on. I just want to very quickly ask you this. Why is it difficult to remember names of people? Why? Any answers? Then I asked, how many of you have a difficulty? All hands went up, so let's hear a couple of them. Yes, please.
Indifference.
Indifference.
Too many to remember.
Too many names. 80 people here. Okay.
You don't care about the person.
You don't care about the person? Awesome.
You don't try to remember.
You don't try to remember. Yes, ma'am.
You don't really connect with them, so you don't actually make it a point to remember.
Absolutely, you don't even connect with the people. See, you have got all the answers in the world. Now we have all these things happening and we still say, I can't remember. You did not connect, you did not care, and how can you complain like that? Now this is what the mindset. Sorry?
So if we connect, that will be easy to remember.
Absolutely, 100%. If you meet a person thinking that this person is going to be the most important person in the planet for me, will you ever miss him?
No, never.
Mindset. If I come with somebody and say, this my friend is from Lucknow, his name is Sampat. मैं आनंद से ही नहीं मिलता हूँ साल भर में एक बार भी नहीं मिलता हूँ उसका फ्रेंड है वो भी लखनऊ से मैं लखनऊ कभी नहीं जाता हूँ
और उससे
कोई काम है ही नहीं Now this is what the mind says. Internal listening. The speakers are talking about what happens in the head. What are you filling your head with? This kind of thoughts. Then you will never remember. Absolutely. There is no importance. Anyway, so let's move on. Let me give you some ideas. The first thing is people don't have belief that they can remember. Unfortunate. Because looking at some examples, people pick up some generalizations, make it into beliefs, and start acting on the beliefs. Because that's how life works. Now, probably you might have missed one name. You went to a party. Oh, I know this guy. He's into hardware. I know everything about this person. What's his name? You forgot the name. Let's say. Then you go back out and say, oh, I have got a terrible problem with remembering names because of an experience. How many of you ever experienced such kind of thing? And those of you who have not put up the hand, you actually did not hear what I asked you. Right?
No, I do remember names.
No, not about you. Absolutely. Thank you for that. All right. Now, the whole point is here. People don't have a belief because their belief is based on an experience. How many of you have read about the sun, that the sun rises in the east and sets in the west? Have you read? Have you? It's a fact.
It's a universal truth.
It's a universal truth. Okay. How many of you experience that universal truth? Okay. There's something called universal truth. There's something called science. Let's talk science. The science says the sun is stationary. Earth moves around the sun. Look at the level of ego. The sun is moving around me. Wow, amazing. And that's a universal lie. It's not truth. It's a lie. Now, what happens there is we are actually believing a universal truth, the lie, to be a truth, and we believe and act on that. Now, why I'm talking about this is people believe that I cannot remember. Because I believe I cannot remember, I will not try. Because I don't try, I don't remember. Because I don't remember, my belief gets stronger. You understand now? Number one is a belief. Okay. Now I was looking for one person. Where's the guy? Where's this person? Oh, here. The one here in the black. Can you just please stand up? Yeah. Do you know something? I was actually looking for it, so I'm sitting there. Do you know I can never ever forget his name in my life? I can never forget your name. Do you know why? You want to know? You want to know?
Yeah.
Okay. I can't forget his name because I don't know his name. I can't even read. Thank you so much for that. Now, why I'm talking about this? Thank you. Thank you. Now, most of the time people come up and say, I can't remember. Oh, really? Did you actually get it? Now, a lot of times it happens, hi, my name is Anant.
My name is Amit.
Nice meeting you.
Thank you.
And just imagine the other person pulls back his hand and says, what was my name? Cut you. We don't even hear the name. And we complain that, you know what, I don't have memory for names. The first thing is you got to register the name. Listen to the name. Okay. Now, there's one big mistake which people have about memory is people think memory is automatic. There's nothing automatic in life. Now, what I mean by automatic? Memory is automatic. People say, hey, because you're speaking simple English or Hindi, I'm listening to it, I'm understanding it, so I should remember. Isn't it? No. Life don't work that way. How many times it has happened to you that you go into a seminar, when you're in a school or in a seminar like this, you understand what the speaker is saying, you acknowledge, you say, right, and then when you go out of the hall or when the trainer leaves or the teacher leaves, when somebody asks, what did you get today? And there are some people who actually scratch the head until the blood drops out like that. Totally blank. Ever experience?
Yes.
Okay, now let me ask you one question to introspect. When you met somebody, how many times did you actually tell yourself, I want to remember this person's name?
First thing that I tell myself when I meet someone.
Absolutely. That's why you remember names. That's why you do it. And it's always tending to zero for most of the people. And that's why people have a problem. In my language, I think this is saying in every language as well, it says that even a leaf will not move without the intention of God. Have you heard about that? And remembering a name is much more than moving a leaf. Remember that, please. You need to have an intention. When you have an intention, you have alignment. How many times when you sit in a seminar room, when you sit in a classroom, you tell yourself, I want to remember what this person is talking about? Tending to zero. Mind goes blank. It's not about whether you are hearing, understanding, enjoying. Did you intend? Are we getting something?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much. Now, let's talk about simple stuff. I've got this interesting thing I would like to tell you. If you want to achieve result in life, there are always two ways to go about it. Alright, like if you want to become rich, downgrade your lifestyle or upgrade your income. 40,000 मकान से 30,000 में आ जाओ, 5,000 जैकेट में से 2,000 में आ जाओ. You can save some money. Or instead of making your 1 lakh, make 5 lakhs. Right? For everything. You want to stop a car, reduce the speed or apply the brake. Isn't it? So things happen. Now I don't know about the physical life, but in the mental life, it's always do both the things to get the result at the same time. Now for remembering, for the problem of the challenge of the names, there are 2 things which you can do. One is build up your capacity to remember names. 2 is stop those things, stop those behaviors which are actually letting you go of the names. Then your result will be much faster. If you don't believe in yourself that you cannot remember names, please do one favor. Please borrow from my belief that I believe that you can remember. All of you, I don't know about you, what you're thinking about yourself, I really don't know. 22 years of experience I have in this field which I'm talking right now. I have more than 50% of my life, my experience is more than 50% of my age. Actually, 22 years of experience. Okay? I can tell you one thing. I don't care what you think about yourself. You have got enough potential to do whatever you want, at least in the mind frame. How many of you believe in God? Cool. You don't believe? I have no problem. Don't believe, it's okay. Yeah, super. I mean, it's a personal choice. But if you don't believe in God, there is one thing which you have to do. Believe in nature. Because you can see it, right? Now you can't see the God, you don't believe God is okay. Fair enough. Now either one you should believe. If you believe in God or you believe in nature, please remember neither nature nor God will ever create substandard products. We're not substandard, we have all the potential. It is just that we are not realizing it. Please believe. So why don't you say, I believe in myself.
I believe in myself.
Awesome.
I believe in myself.
The second one is intention. Please intend. When you intend, things will actually start happening. Alright? The third one is registration. When you meet somebody, please register the name. Then only you can actually remember. Now unless you register, you cannot hold it. Even unless you hold it, you cannot recall it. Why even you should visualize the names. Sorry?
Some names should be not match with the body.
Oh, some names don't match with the body. Now the name is like Bhim Sen and he's like this. Okay, don't match. No visual mismatch. Anyway, thank you for that. But okay, you know what? I lived in Malaysia for about 11 years and I can speak comfortable Malay. And my mother tongue is Telugu. I can speak comfortable Telugu. Now, why is that I am not using Malay or Telugu in this seminar?
Because we are not target audience नहीं है.
I suspect, I may be totally wrong, I suspect if I speak Malay, you may not understand.
Connect नहीं कर पाएंगे.
Connect नहीं कर पाएंगे? Because you don't understand what I'm saying. So now when I want to talk to you, I have to dissolve myself. My likes, dislikes, you don't care. Now similarly, when you want to remember, you got to think about what your brain likes. Brain likes pictures. Telugu, Hindi, Malayalam, Punjabi, Konkani, Russian, Spanish, all these are created by human beings. But the brain's natural language is pictures. That's the reason people will always come to you and tell you, I know you. What's your name? Very common, right? But nobody will ever walk in your life and tell you, I know your name, I forgot your face. Doesn't happen. What you see, you tend to remember more. Alright? Visualized. No association between name and face. And this happens mostly in Asian culture. You know what? We are trained not to look at the person whom you are talking to. Whereas you look at the Europeans, the people from US, they'll be staring in your eyes when they're talking to you. And sometimes it is intimidating. But if a person is worth talking to, he is worth looking at.
Yes, yes.
Please look at the person. And in network events, what happens? Oh, hi, this is my card, this is my card, this is my card, this is my card. Come back and say, this is my card. Abhi to mila tha na? Oh, sorry. Yeah. I did not even look at the person. Alright. The next one is believe that anyway we'll forget. This is the best one. Now, you know, many years back, not now, but knowing what I know, I can relate to myself. one of my father's friends came first time to my house, and we're trained to say good evening uncle, and I went and said, I was in my 10th standard, I said, good evening uncle, how are you? He asked, beta, what's your name? And I didn't know the importance of name those days. I said, Nan, nice name. I didn't even hear my own name. Seriously. But he said, nice name. Formality. Only formality. Now, just remember this. Just try to reflect this. If you meet somebody and other person was not clear, or you could not get the name because of some distraction and you did not hear the name, how many times did you make sure that, sorry, I didn't get your name, can you please repeat it?
I did.
Never.
I did.
You did it, so you remember the names. Alright, you did it sometimes, so you do it, so you probably remember the names better than other people. Now, what's the belief running in is, सुन के भी याद क्या करना है, याद थोड़ी रखना है, हीरो क्यों बनना है? अच्छा, sorry I didn't get your name, you says Tony, oh sorry, Tony, याद थोड़ी रखना है, याद रखे क्या? So why even ask? No, that's what happens. Next one, we don't listen to the names properly. No conscious effort to remember names. So let me give you very simple stuff. In just 2 minutes, I'll tell you this technique. It's called SALT. Whenever you meet some people, please apply salt on them. What do you apply? Salt. Thank you. Each letter signifies a specific activity which you need to do. First one, S, is start the conversation using the name. Dr. Amit, is this okay if I use your example? So when you meet somebody, hi, my name is Anant.
My name is Amit.
Nice meeting you, Amit.
Thank you, Anand.
Yeah. Why don't you use the name? Why don't you repeat the name instantly? So that will qualify you to get the name first, use it, recall it at the right instance. Right timing?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. The second one is add a remark on the name. You know what? When I was studying in my college, my PG roommate's name is Amit. Don't tell if it's a lie. If it's only truth, and it's a truth. Otherwise you have to remember what you did tell him. Now my goal is not to talk about my PG mate. My goal is to remember him with the help of some other Amit I know. Linking. That is how things work. So you make so next time I see him, I get reminded of my PG mate. Oh Amit, how are you? Oh, and if the thing is negative, don't speak it out. If I had a fight with Amit somewhere, so don't say, I have got one friend whose name is Amit, I bet him like nobody's business and he was in hospital. Don't tell such kind of thing. You just remember that. Okay. The next one, ask about the background of the name if the name is unique. So both will be L, A, and L is learn any one thing about the person using the name. When I'm having conversation with Dr. Amit, I may have 100 questions. So at least ask one question. Dr. Amit, what is your specialization? Dr. Amit, how many clinics do you have in Delhi? At least one question using the name. That's a trigger word. The last one, terminate the conversation using the name. Instead of saying bye, why don't you say bye Amit? That's very, very critical. So what you are doing is you are actually getting the name, rectifying it, making it sure that you got it, you're speaking it out, and you're remembering it. And by doing this, you actually have developed a capacity to remember names. Make sense?
Yes.
So please start remembering names of people and get the rewards of remembering names of people. Thank you so much.